Welcome back to GeForce. We're here at CES, and CES means tons of hardware, so we're really happy to be here with one of our favorite hardware partners, MSI. And MSI has a lot to announce here at CES. So this is Lenny, and he's going to tell me. Go ahead, why don't you start? What's one of the first things you want to tell me that you brought to CES?
So at CES this year, we brought our flagship GT models right behind me. It's one of the highest spec'd out laptops that we have available with dual GTX 1080 SLI. And also the new refreshed Kaby Lake CPU.
Yeah, so that's the biggest update with this laptop, right? Because we've seen the SLI 1080s in your laptops before, which is still insane. Like, yeah. I'm not over that quite yet. But now we've got the new Intel 7th generation CPU in there. Mm-hmm. So what does Kaby Lake bring to the table that this past generation Skylake didn't really have?
For Kaby Lake this time around, I think there's a lot of optimizations for media playback. So in terms of laptop usage, when you're playing 4K video at 10 bits, you get a lot of less power draw from the video card and from Intel's CPU. Mm-hmm. So it does wonders for battery life. Gaming-wise
too, it's also a step up, right? They have a higher memory clock rate, which means that as you're playing along, if you have an insanely powerful rig with, say, I don't know, 2 GTX 1080s in there, you're not going to run into CPU bottlenecking problems and have dropped frame rates like you would before, right? That's one of the advantages.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think there's going to be any issues, with frame stuttering or anything of that sort anymore. We also brought our GS line, which is the very slim and sexy laptops.
I was going to say that. I'm glad you said it. It's very pretty with the brushed aluminum.
Yeah, and also our GE, which are the entry-level laptops. They're good for every type of gamer. We also have PE series, which are good for consumers, professionals, and also some workstation laptops.
Of course, if you don't want a portable gaming solution, if you're more a stay-at-home desktop player, MSI's got a bunch of desktops here. They've got big ones, small ones, RGB on everything all the time. So Eugene here is going to tell us a little bit about them, starting with this one that I think is very interesting, the Trident 3.
Yeah, so we have the Trident 3. It's one of our small form factor gaming PCs equipped with NVIDIA's GeForce GTX 1060. And we actually have an option of a 1070 version coming out later. So, a little tiny gaming PC, you can put it in your home theater system.
Yeah, in the bump it was described as being console size, which is an interesting comparison because there's always the disagreement over console versus PC. Exactly. So we have here an equivalent console-sized platform. What's the performance comparison to, say, like a current generation console?
Consoles are a little behind in the performance, and obviously integrating NVIDIA's gaming graphics cards, we're able to push the limits of performance and be able to play all your games on Ultra.
When we move to the other side, though, we've got some really big behemoth computers over here. So can you tell me what's in some of these monsters?
We have a lot of custom, cool-looking cases that we've designed for our gaming desktops, also equipped with GeForce GTX gaming series cards, and up to even our Aegis Ti3, which has SLI NVIDIA cards in them as well.
So like the laptops, you've got everything from tiny and compact to massive and showy, and it's all here at MSI.
Exactly.
Now, of course, if you don't want to buy a pre-made desktop, you want to do it yourself, MSI has plenty of stuff for that too. We've got a wall of motherboards with slots for the new 7th generation chips and RGB goodness, but then over here, of course, we've got the GeForce graphics cards. So Mark here is going to tell us, what has MSI done to the GeForce graphics cards once you got a hold of the 10 series?
So we have the Enthusiast motherboard, the Performance motherboard, the Arsenal, and the Pro series. And these are the new Kaby Lake, and it'll work really well with the GTX NVIDIA graphic cards.
Cool. So then with the GTX 10 series, MSI has gotten their hands on those and tweaked them and refined them, and we have a whole wall of these behind us. What has MSI done to the 10 series graphics cards?
What's the difference between our graphic card compared to a competitor is that we have the Twin Frozer, which is a very unique design cooling system, and it worked really well with the new 1080 series, 1070, and 1060, and of course the 1050s.
So you've got more cooling, you've got the MSI red and black, and you've got this sweet looking card that you can plug into your case, and that's thanks to MSI and GeForce GTX 10 series. Thanks, Mark, for showing us around. Thanks, MSI, for letting us look at your sweet booth here at CES. Stay tuned for more CES coverage. You're watching NVIDIA GeForce.